From 1916 to 1918, 300,000 Australians were based in northeast France and Belgium, not only fighting, but resting, training, and sharing their lives with local people. This landscape is full of memorials to the fallen and reminders of the living. In one extraordinary location, the two combine. Beneath this windmill are the Naours Caves, a subterranean city composed of 300 tunnels and chambers, with a special link to the Australians. The caves were originally hacked out in the Middle Ages by local communities as a refuge in times of crisis. They were later used by smugglers, then became a tourist destination for the French, and during World War I, for their British and Australian allies. In the Second World War, they were used as an armory by occupying Nazis. Diggers found these caves a superb outing. Following the example of local sightseers, many would carve their names on the chamber walls. There are at least 3,000 signatures here, the world's largest collection of Great War graffiti. Many of these men would die fighting just a few miles from here, their inscriptions left behind as self-written epitaphs. One of these was stretcher bearer Arthur James Adams, known as Chips. A Gallipoli veteran and friend of the famous Jack Simpson, Arthur visited these caves with his best friend Herbert Calla Baker in July 1916. And his inscription is just up here. 3 weeks later, Arthur was killed at Pozières, repeatedly risking his own life to bring others to safety. Arthur was one of thousands billeted in the villages around here, gaining much needed respite from the front line. One of the best known villages is Vignacourt, while up ahead is Wargnies. Australian troops were welcomed by the French as saviours in their time of need, and the connections remain strong today, especially in this part of France, where it can feel that every building carries a story. Arthur James Adams was billeted here at Wargnies Chateau, where he made friends with locals, toured the countryside, and even indulged his love of painting with the lord of the manor. The chateau was attacked during the French Revolution, and in the Second World War, it became a base for occupying German soldiers who used this wall for graffiti and target practice. Some might have been the sons of men who'd faced Arthur and his comrades 2 decades before. In one of those tragic yet fascinating connections of history, 2 members of a local family that welcomed Arthur themselves died defending this land 25 years later as members of the French resistance during the Second World War. They are remembered on this memorial to the fallen of both conflicts. As they say here, n'oublions jamais, we will never forget.